Pappy Al, let's talk it now. What's it like? What's life all about? Oh, Pappy Al, say your piece. Laugh at yourself, slap your knee.
Recorded at Flipside Theater in Superior, Colorado, this is Pappy Al with your hosts, Lucas Buddy and Eric Thompson.
All right, we're back, Pappies.
Oh my gosh.
Back at it.
Today's good one. We got Jason Turret here and at the flip side, obviously. And boy, we learned one, and here's a bit of advice. Take it however you want. But yeah, if you ever want to make it a little exciting on the drive to the delivery room,
just
gentlemen,
invite your mother-in-law.
Just invite your mother-in-law.
Yeah, have her sit in the back seat.
And tell you how to get there.
For sure.
And go a little faster.
Listen, a lot of love to all of the mother-in-laws out there. And I know that you have the best intentions, but when your child is in labor, I know that your instinct is to like control the situation.
Help the situation. Yes,
control. Help the situation. Backseat driving might not be as helpful. As you think it is. Jason was great. Yeah. It was so great to have this conversation with him. His kids are
wonderful. 9 and 6. Kaya and Luca. It was a great conversation.
Yeah, I can't wait for you guys to hear this episode. Please just enjoy this Pappy Hour.
Yeah, let's
ice
do
cream
it.
and wheels party.
Your mom gave Stella her very first ice cream sandwich. It was life-changing. Now she's an ice cream fan.
Yeah, without a doubt.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And we met, and I know a little bit about you. Yeah. But just give Eric and I a little bit of background. You're a dad of how many kids?
I'm a dad of 2 kiddos. So I have a 9-year-old girl, a 6-year-old boy. And yeah, I know Lucas through my mom's neighborhood, the awesome Chicken Park neighborhood.
The Chicken Park neighborhood.
Yeah. And yeah, great neighborhood. I'm jealous of it. But yeah, I have a buddy who was on the pod a few weeks ago, I think, or a month ago.
Oh, which one?
Well, he changed his name.
Oh, so. I see.
Yes.
We are very aware of.
Yeah. you know what I'm talking about.
We
now.
had AA Ron. We had AA Ron Coulter on. Yes. Our man.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
All right. Oh my God. Perfect. Now we're setting up.
Cat's out of the bag.
So let's. This is good. We're warming it up. I'm dealing with. The holiday season. It is Halloween season. You'll see I have some eyeliner on right now. That is not a usual thing. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah. He's very dark, mysterious, macabre, and misunderstood. You're so goth today. It's excellent.
We've dressed up so many times. We brought my mother-in-law's in town right now, and we're doing this Alice in Wonderland thing. Okay. And she's not... she begrudgingly kind of dressed up like the Red Queen.
Oh, and off with her head.
But then you give her some direction, and she falls into character pretty quick.
Okay.
Yeah. So all right. It's not too bad.
You know what? I think I saw an Instagram post of you guys dressed up the other night.
Probably.
And you were all out.
Yeah.
You looked amazing.
There's
but
no hesitation,
right?
The first night we dressed up, because we do it in stages. We try to have multiple events because getting... Yeah,
there you go.
You're
good. Low, dude.
Oh, I was
You're leaning too far back.
I was leaning too far back. Dang it! All right, this is just all warm up stuff here. I'm going to cut this out anyway.
What? This is gold.
It's gold.
All right. I'll keep it in. Anyway,
Lucas's sister called from Florida.
Oh yeah, Wendy.
Hey, Wendy.
We're going to keep all this in so that you have extra time.
Why are they getting shorter? We apologize, everybody. We're just getting more comfortable and so good at this. We just you know what? We just want to talk about ourselves.
We got everything we need in 20 minutes. Why do we want to do more?
Further? That's dumb.
No, Lauren does great makeup. The first night, because I have this core need for autonomy. Mm-hmm. I really want to be able to do things on my own.
Yeah.
And there is this little child that is unhealed inside of me that every time someone's like, "Can I help you?" I'm like, "No, I want to do it."
Yes.
But when she does it, it's way better.
It's much better.
It's way better. If you see the Instagram post from the first Mad Hatter to the second Mad Hatter.
one looks like an insane asylum character.
Yes, and the other one looks like a Disney version.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was Tim Burton involved? Sure.
Anyway,
it's okay to ask for help.
Yeah,
and we'll probably talk about this today.
Yes, for sure.
Thank you for bringing us. It does. Yes.
Don't go on your own all the time, Lucas. You're okay.
You're right,
it's
guys.
Okay.
Listen, I'm here to help be an example for other dads, and don't do what I do or learn from it.
Or as often.
Yeah.
Eric,
how are you doing today? You're doing good. You just had a lot of people in the house.
Yeah, I'm exhausted too. We've and a shout out to the Bramers and Hataways. We just had 29 people in our house the last 2 days for a family reunion of my wife's side, and it's been brilliant. Wiped out, but it was absolutely brilliant to see all the young bucks. Now they're seasoned dads. All of our kids are in their 20s, and it's just stunning to see this work. So it really is uplifting because they're bright, they're beautiful, and they're just every one of these kids is bold. They're out doing something, so it's really cool. It's really cool.
I love that.
That's awesome.
Jason, thank you so much for being on the show today. We are excited to hear your story.
100%.
We're excited to get all of the wisdom that we can squeeze out of you today for all of these dads. And apparently, moms, 39% of our listeners, according to the analytics, we want to get into the numbers, are women or moms or partners.
Yeah.
So
it is great. It's not just dads that are listening. It's the whole, and I think a lot of it is just fact checking.
Yeah.
This guy's just full of shit or what? Yes, sometimes, a lot of times, but that's kind of Pappy time. So, all right. Well, so Jason, let's get this.
Let's
started.
get it. Let's do it. Who were you before you became a dad? Who was Jason?
Or even before marriage? Any of this? Just who's this guy, Jason, running around the planet?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, thanks so much for having me. Thrilled to be on the show. Love the show. Love what you guys are doing.
Cheers.
I think it's awesome. So before fatherhood, I grew up in New York. So I'm a New Yorker, and I grew up an athlete. So sports has always been like a big part of my identity.
Yeah.
And before having kids, it was just so much more time for myself. So going out to bars with friends, going to concerts, playing soccer, or kickball league, adult kickball league.
Yeah, for sure, fun.
So just a lot more, snowboarding, just a lot more time for me.
Yeah. Not having to check in with anybody, maybe.
Yeah, not having to check in.
I'm going out.
Exactly.
I'm a big boy.
Having fun with the wife, but just a lot more me time, and it's changed a lot since having a kid. I think being a dad is like my favorite part of myself.
Right.
But it's changed a lot.
Yeah, without
as
a doubt.
you guys know.
Because you're deep into it now. Your kids are how old?
My kids, so Kaya is 9, so she's in 4th grade, and then Luca is 6, so he's 1st grade. So
oh, they're hard
a little
charging
deep into it.
Yeah. You are. I mean, think it's crazy how much things change so fast. Stella's 17 months, and from the time it feels like I've known her forever.
Right.
Yeah. Totally.
And so your kids are in their 20s. So what does that feel like? That your oldest kid is 9 years. I mean, we're going to get into that, but so what am I trying to say here, Eric? What am I trying to say? I want to know who you are. I'm getting ahead of myself.
You're way ahead, but I love it.
Thank you. I'm a little exasperated today.
You've had a busy weekend.
It's been a busy weekend, honestly.
But we're sharpening up right now. So, all right. So
you're fine. You guys are great.
Here you are. You're out and about. You and your wife are out and about. And then
there it is.
She goes, by the way, this test suggests that we're going to be parents soon.
Were you guys trying to have a kid?
Yeah.
Or
We were, and it happened quickly for us.
Okay.
We were lucky.
Yeah.
But, I know it's hard, but I feel like I became an adult kind of overnight.
Right.
Like I was in my 20s having fun, and then hit age 30. Gina got pregnant. I was in graduate school. I'm a psychologist, so I graduated, and then like within 3 months we bought a house.
Wow,
so it's just overnight. I felt like I was this immature, like 20-something-year-old, and then all of a sudden I'm a dad.
Yeah.
And I have this human being that I need to keep alive and be responsible for.
Well, and a house.
And a house.
And a house is like, holy gosh, there is something every moment of every day that's going on.
It's kind of like a third child.
Yeah.
There's like always something that needs to be catered to.
It's
always
just as
something.
expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. I got up this morning to fire smoke alarms chirping, and I almost lost my mind. I don't know if I could handle another kid. Oh my God. So you were how old when your first kid was born?
I was 30.
30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fresh 30.
Yeah.
That's good.
I turned 30 and then Kaya was born a week later.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you guys
far
share
out.
birthdays? Like you guys combine your birthdays together?
We don't.
No, you can't.
Kaya wouldn't go for that.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, she
No.
needs her big party. So we have separate birthdays. Mine's overlooked. But it's all good. And actually, Luca, he was born on my wife Gina on our 5-year wedding anniversary.
Oh my gosh!
man.
Wow.
So that's gone. I don't have
Yeah,
a wedding
right,
anniversary
right,
anymore.
sure.
It's his birthday.
so good.
So the kids come first.
They
do.
do. They have to come first.
So you guys, how did you plan for that? Did you have an idea that the kids were going to come first? I mean, you study psychology,
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
child development, and so a
Yeah.
lot of similarities of some learning.
Right.
But it's just like until that child lands in your lap, were you thinking that you would still have your time, you and your wife? And, yeah,
totally.
right?
I think I had a really naive vision
Beautiful.
of what
Yes.
parenthood would be.
Yeah.
Sure.
That it would just be so easy. Like we'd have these
Sure.
awesome family dinners where everyone
Yeah.
can sit still and eat. And,
Of course.
yeah.
Why not?
yeah.
Why wouldn't
Right.
they?
And it's not. It's rough.
Yeah.
It's not like that. I think growing up, I don't know if you guys grew up with like watching like Boy Meets World, Full House,
Oh, no,
but they make it look easy.
I think I was messed up by watching TGIF because
exactly.
you sit there and watch I would spend all day arguing furiously with my family and just fight after things being thrown, and then you sit down Friday night and you watch TV with these same people, by the way,
Yeah.
and you watch these families have an argument, and in 30 minutes they wrap it up.
Right.
And I just look around at my family and I'm like, you guys get it together. Come on. It can be done.
We've got work to do.
I mean, it's scripted, but it can be done. I've seen it.
Yeah, I relied on the Brady Bunch. You know, it was just,
Sure.
it was just like, oh yeah, well, Dad said.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, there it is. You
Yeah.
know, the Waltons. I mean, that was what was up. So
I mean,
that was
Little House on the Prairie.
Oh, yeah, you know, hey, Michael Landon. knocked it
That was
out of
my
the park.
dad's. Yeah. Anyway, so you meet your kid for the very first
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And what did you guys have a plan? How did that whole thing go? Take us back there. What were you feeling? Give us you're a psychologist, so get in the nitty
You're on
gritty.
the way to the hospital or wherever you guys
Yeah.
chose to do your
Yeah.
birth, and
Yeah. So I remember being told that labor and birth is so much more dramatic in the movies
Yeah.
and in shows. And so we were actually living with Gina's parents at the time.
Okay.
And so Gina started to go into labor. Like we called the hospital. They're telling us, okay, you don't come in until, I can't remember. It's like a certain amount of contractions per hour. We're tracking it.
It's like
And then-
3, 2, 1. I think for everybody. I
Yeah.
think it is. It's like those are the numbers. I don't know the specifics. Anyway, continue.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. So like it was fine, and then it was like, okay, it's time to come in, and I love my mother-in-law. She's fantastic, but she came with us, and she was convinced Gina was going to give birth in the car, and so
Okay.
I'm driving to the hospital
With
and
a
it is
panicked person in the
stressful.
back.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Gina too, and she's in a lot of pain, of course,
Right.
like going through labor. But like they're convinced this baby's coming in the car. They're yelling at me like, "Drive faster! Go through that red light!" I'm like, I gotta get us there safe. And so it was really stressful.
Yes.
We get there, Gina. We go to the emergency room. Gina lays down on the floor in the ER because she's having a contraction.
Right.
And the ER nurse is like, you can't have this baby in the floor of the ER. You get in this wheelchair. And they bring us up. Finally, she eventually gets the epidural.
Yeah.
And she's fine. And
Right,
it's
right, there you
calm.
go.
And like the baby doesn't come for hours
Hours, yes.
later. But it was like it is in the movies. Like it
Yeah.
was high stress.
Yeah.
It was we rushed to the hospital, but then it was fine. Right. And yeah, like I remember holding Kaya for the first time, just this little child that me and Gina created. Yeah. And I don't know if you guys remember, but or you have this experience, but like I just remember feeling these emotions that I've never had before.
Yeah.
And it's like love, but different from any other love I've had before. Yeah. And just looking down at her, she like barely fits in my arms. She's like barely 6 pounds, and just that love. It's wild.
Love almost doesn't even capture what it feels like.
Right.
Because I'm a very like romantic, person, and felt like growing up that I understood love. I love love. And then I hold my baby for the first time, and I was like, I don't know what this feeling is, but it is more than love.
Yeah, and there's no how in huge. It's just huge.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
It's such a fantastic moment. Yeah, and I think talking with however many dads we've talked with, which is quite a few now, is that same feeling. And for both parents and all parents, it's just this is it. This is the most important thing, the most wonderful thing.
Yeah.
And we're gonna hopefully raise it as well as we can and have some really good experiences watching them grow. And the frustration comes too. And as much as I tell the kids, it's like, look, we're always going to love you. We may not always appreciate your choices, but we are in love with you to no end. You will never understand that till you have your own.
So what was your experience when you took Kaya home? Everybody has kind of a different journey with this, but do you have any stories that can maybe help someone who might be going through maybe sleeping or teething or feeding or anything like that?
Yeah. Good question. So I think, oh gosh. Let me think about that.
I got him.
I think in the beginning, like the first 6 months, I felt like Gina's helper almost. There's so much going on with nursing and so much attachment with mom, and so I think just for dads, I think it's a little harder because we don't have that like nursing connection, and so I was just trying to help and be supportive and sanitize bottles as much as possible. It's so much sanitizing. And
oh my God, the sanitizing.
And so I don't know, I think for like new dads, I would just say like have patience. Like the relationship comes and soon like your kiddos, they start to realize, oh, dad exists too, and he's awesome and he's fun and you laugh together. And so like help out mom, but be patient because that relationship comes and then it comes fast and it's strong. So that really stands out to me, I think.
Yeah, and you with a 9-year-old now, do you feel like, because working in education, I watch kind of our 3rd and 4th graders begin to form their own hierarchies. There's definitely students who stand out. The meanness can sometimes come in, and some detachment a little bit from the family. Yeah. Are you picking? Is that at all happening right now with you and Kaya, or she and Gina and Kaya, being that's moms? Yeah, the female connection.
Absolutely. So Kaya's really social, really outgoing, and loves friends, and that's happening. She's starting to really, want to be with her friends and want that independence. Right. And it's different, but it's also amazing and like good for her that she's so social and outgoing. And it's tricky though. Like she's trying to individuate and be that own person. But there's also like dependency needs with us and. Absolutely, but
it's a tricky balance of it's kind of the push and pull of I need you, but I don't need you that much. But I need you, but now I need you that much. But now it's like you kind of have to maybe speak to a little bit of the strategies that you use to maintain presence and balance in the midst of what is assuredly sometimes chaos.
Or maybe it's just you're making it up as you go too. But
that's also a good answer too. I don't know. I just show up, just figure it out.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a lot. I feel like it's a lot of reading the situation and reading the room. And I think what's hard is there's so much advice out there, so much like social media experts saying you need to do this and you need to do this, but there's really not this like one size fits all approach to kids, and what works for one kid might not work for another kid, and you just have to read your child and know like emotionally what's going on with them, and then it's like, okay, do I need to back off, give them some space, or do they need more from me? But I love asking what they need. So if she's having like a big feeling, it's like, Kaya, like, what do you need? Do you need space? Do you need a hug? Like, how can I help? And kind of hearing what from them, what could be most helpful,
and allowing them to have that, right? So that they know, okay, cool, you're not barking at me, or because I don't know how to explain necessarily this feeling that I have, and you're giving me some feedback that I can use. And right now, I think I do need space. Great. Check in with me when you're ready if you want, right? But it is cool, and it's empowering to that kid.
Right, totally.
So it's really, really nice.
Totally. Yeah.
How about the kids are 3 years apart.
Yes.
How's their relationship? Is your son outgoing too, or is he in his sister's stuff all the time? I mean, is it?
Yeah, they're both really outgoing.
Okay.
Gina's the outgoing person. They get it from her.
Okay.
It's just awesome. It's a great quality. I love socializing, but I mean,
in moderation.
In moderation.
In a room with a couple of dudes with maybe a microphone. You know,
I thought I liked socializing, and then I get in a big crowd, and I'm like, I can't. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah. What was that? Clerks. It was just like, I hate people, but I love gathering.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, but I think their relationship will come.
Yeah.
I think like there's sibling rivalry, of course, and I think Luca wants a good relationship with her, and I think their relationship will come, but they fight a lot. They fight a lot for sure, and I think Kai is wanting more independence, and she's developing these friendships, and so it's like not cool to have a younger brother in her space, and so they fight. They love each other. They have fun with each other, and when they bond, it's like the best feeling ever. But they fight a lot.
Yeah. So do they do pretty well? Like, you guys go on a trip, they don't bring a friend, and it's kind of the two of them. It's up to them to kind of make a good time, and they do pretty well with that. Sounds
totally.
like
more chill.
Yes, totally. Yeah. But then like we'll introduce a friend on the family vacation. Like we went to Hawaii and Kaya has a friend there, or like cousin Max, who is amazing, like join us on vacation, and then it becomes this triangle, and the dynamics happen. But when they're alone and they only have each other, like on a family vacation, they can play together so well.
Nice.
It's such a good feeling. Then they need less from us.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
Fantastic.
Is there something that maybe you learned about yourself? Because you were 30 before you had a kid, so obviously you spent an entire lifetime of understanding your own struggles and needs and wants and all this stuff. Is there any way that you've used that to be able to help them kind of understand, or maybe it's like giving you the ability to have patience and grace to be able to sit back and just allow them to struggle and figure it out?
Absolutely. So, that's a great question. So, I think adversity is good with parental support and help. Adversity leads to resilience, right? That's how a kid builds resilience is struggling with support. Right. Struggling without good support, that can lead to issues like depression and anxiety.
Sure.
But as a kid, I struggled a lot with reading, and so I felt, there were times where I felt like less than or not as smart as other kids, and now like Kai and Luca both have a hard time with reading, and trying to remind myself that piece, like, okay, struggling with support, with help, this is going to help them build resilience, and we can't prevent them from struggling. They're going to have the struggles, but what's important is that you're there to help them.
Right.
Yeah. Struggle's going to happen. You can't escape life without some sort of struggle.
Right.
And I actually want to go back to something that you said earlier that really stuck out to me, because I struggle with reading too. Sometimes when I read something, I'm actually part of a book club, which is one of the most challenging things in my life for the last several years. Because when I read something, I have to read it several times before I really grasp it. So like something that might take, say, my wife a weekend to read might take me a year. But you mentioned reading your kids, and I wonder if there's some sort of connection there, because they're kind of a book that continues to evolve and change, and chapters and chapters and chapters. So maybe speak to a little bit of the importance of continuing to go back to that child and read, and learning the process of learning to read your kids.
Yeah. Great question. So, oh gosh. So specifically reading their emotion, reading
because it can take, because it's so nuanced, right? And the process of like, I'm sitting here trying to like, I'm honestly trying to stop saying the word like so many times. So
we're turning it into a drinking game on this podcast.
Please don't. No,
as soon as he says
your liver
like,
will not. Don't do that. I think the reason I'm bringing this up is that I think that I wish when I was growing up that my dad had a better understanding of how to read me. It's taken me a long time to figure out how to read myself and grow self-awareness. And I think that's something that we can pour into our kids. It's an opportunity to be able to observe without having the attachment. So being able to observe them and just sometimes just watch and pay attention and notice their body language and their tone, and whether they've eaten or whether they've slept, to be able to give them perspective. Does that make sense what I'm saying here?
Absolutely. I think it's important to check in with ourselves and how we're feeling. So I notice a lot of times it's like if the kids are fighting, if they're having a fight, I might get angry and make a mistake and be short with them, like raise my voice with them. And I think what's so important is in those instances, I might not be reading things right because it's my own stuff. And so I need to take a step back and look at what's underneath that anger. And what I've learned is a lot of times it's fear. They're fighting with each other. They're hitting each other. Like, are they going to do this with other kids? Are they not going to make friends in middle school? And then it's like, stop it right now, Luke. And the anger, that's hard to work with, but the fear you can work with, because it's like, okay, I'm jumping ahead. I'm not in this moment right now. Like, take a deep breath. They're fine. They're siblings. They're fighting. That's developmentally appropriate. And so the fear you can really work with.
And I think that is something like, kind of you and I are both learned kind of in this area of thought, right? Is, okay, we can compartmentalize that. And I think for a lot of people it's, well, I didn't have that adult to have that model. I never learned this. I studied something completely different. And so it is watching what's going on, realizing you're reacting to something that's you've either taken personally, which you shouldn't be, and oh gosh, I provide for these kids. Why would they be fighting? This is ridiculous. You're both grounded. Well, hang on a second. Just sit down and talk with the kids. And it's so funny to me at the school I work at is we talk individually to the kids when they're struggling. And so you get two different stories rather than, no, sit everybody together because you're going to see wait, that's not how it happened and blah, blah, blah. Or that's not what I meant when this was going on. So then you get this quicker connection and understanding between everybody, and it's a difference maker.
That's
but,
a great
for dads,
idea.
it's just sit down with everybody and go, whoa, what's going on?
Yeah.
Let's if you can take and show it relaxed as well, they might relax quicker and go, okay, it wasn't a big deal, sorry.
Yeah.
And then they move on and back to hopefully hanging out and playing together.
Yeah.
Because usually, I mean, if I was playing with my sister and if she had the upper hand, I would be furious. No, you do not get to win.
We took games
ever.
very
I'm
seriously
3
in
years
our house
older
growing
than
up.
you. I should be winning every time. So.
And ultimately, it's a process. I mean, you're gonna show up, and there's a good chance that we're gonna fuck up every once in a while. And I think modeling grace and forgiveness for ourselves is huge for our kids too, and just being able to come back in that healing moment of, hey, you know what? I lost it. I got angry because I was afraid that this was going to happen and this was going to happen.
Right.
But let's talk about what's really happening and have that conversation.
Yeah. And, we're going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
And the best thing that we can do when we make mistakes is just to own it and to apologize. Hey, Luca, Kaya, I'm sorry. I raised my voice.
Yeah.
Like, I am going to do better next time. And then show them with your behavior that you do better next time. And then that lesson is so powerful.
Totally.
But you're teaching them it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to own that.
Own it. Be responsible for it. Because if you don't take responsibility as adults, the kids aren't going to take responsibility.
Right.
And you're
Why
going to
would
also
they?
support them. And this is when the teachers are just like, no, if we could have truth conference day, your kid is driving me nuts. And it's just like, but you can't because
Can we have parent-teacher conferences at like a pub somewhere?
Yeah, exactly.
Where we're not gonna
give teachers that
sign this waiver.
If you're not gonna pay us more, at least give us one day to tell you exactly what we think of your child.
Don't take it personally. It's just like we need to get this out.
We just have to vent it once
Anyway.
in a while. So that is
God.
funny. But it is that responsibility is massive, and if you're showing it yourself, Chris, my wife it's probably one of the main reasons why the boys are as well as they are, right? But I lived with anxiety and depression throughout my whole life, and finally at about age 54, I'm 58 now. So I'd say I think the last 4 or 5 years, I had a doctor finally listen. I started taking some medication, and boy, that edge just got cut, and it was like, oh my God. I mean, everybody noticed it. Our pets noticed it, right? So even the animals were like, whoa, hey, okay, you seem to be better. You're more apt to go do something, not run out of steam, those kinds of things. So, really taking care of yourself and finding somebody that does listen is huge. So just a thought out there for you.
And, as dads, there's this toxic masculinity that we're not supposed to cry or express emotion.
Right.
And so it's so important for us to care for ourselves and to, that's why I love what you guys are doing, because you're just modeling, talking openly and expressing emotion with men, which is, not the norm in society, but this is what's healthy and helps us, be good.
And thank you for that. And that's really cool. And I go back to kind of what you said. It was, I'm holding this child for the first time. It's more than love. And I think that we as guys go back to that moment. Remind yourself you felt this.
Right.
I mean, that's in you.
It's
Your
in
body
you.
is allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Because that is, I think for every dad that really wanted a child, it is stunning. I mean, it's instantaneous. Reach back for that, because I will go back to that now. That is kind of a mantra thing that since we've been doing this and sharing that with all the different dads who say it, it's really cool.
It's amazing.
You said the thing about toxic masculinity, and I feel like this came up in my heart, and I wanted to share this, is that I feel like that I know a lot of guys out there that might be like so tired of hearing that. But I just want to address it, because I feel like that, that word gets this weight put on it, toxic masculinity. It is toxic. It really is. But if we dissect it a little bit, it's more of like, let's normalize the broad range and nuance of emotions and feelings and that love that you feel, that softness, that kindness that you feel doesn't take away from how much wood you can chop or how big of an animal you can kill. And that's another thing that we want, and I'm hoping to get a consensus with all the dads that come on here to normalize just being able to have these conversations. Right. It's not about telling you that you're doing it wrong. There's plenty of podcasts out there. There's plenty of YouTube videos of professionals telling you exactly how to do things. This is about sitting in a room, having a conversation, and just sharing our truth without feeling like you're going to come down on me and tell me how everything that I'm doing is, you need to be doing it this way.
Right. I think that's such a great point. And I think for me as a psychologist and my wife, a special educator who teaches 3- and 4-year-olds, I feel like there's pressure for me to know everything and have all the answers, but I don't. No. And it's humbling, but freeing when you accept that. Yeah. Because every kid is different, and it's like we're gonna make mistakes, and that's okay. And like we were talking about earlier, you just own it and you learn from it and you do better next time.
Yeah, well, and be honest up front. Just go, you know what? I don't know the answer to that. Let's look at it together.
How powerful is that? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, and so my wife was also a clinical counselor for a long time, and I do special ed as a speech language pathologist. Nice. I mean, so. And you and your wife are experiencing, your kids, you struggled with reading. That was a challenge. Your kids are kind of experiencing that challenge. For me, it was just like every move that my kids made, it was just like, oh, is that autism? Oh, no, he's totally ADHD. It's just everything. I was diagnosing everything. Yeah, just instead of just going, no, you're just developing and shut up, Eric. But again, that was that anxiety piece, just that of going, I can't take ownership for this because I think that was me. It's my fault. I can't ownership for this. I'm so sorry, Kristen. I'm so sorry, boys, but that's me. That's a Thompson right there. But that's funny. So, I mean, is that something that you guys ever experienced of like, oh boy, they keep falling over. What does this mean? Whatever.
All the time. Yes. And that's what I do evaluations for a living. So I'm for a living, I assess ADHD, dyslexia, I do diagnostic testing. So I'm constantly like, well, what is that? What is that? What is that?
Totally. That's so funny.
It's tough.
And there's no textbook. I mean, there's so many textbooks. Yeah. And it was my favorite thing of taking abnormal psych was just going, okay, well, I got this kid, and there's no way it's just that. Right. This kid is living 3 chapters of this textbook, right, at the same time. And it's
hardly just anything.
Right.
It's there's layers and layers and layers and layers to things. I think we get in a lot of trouble when we're like, this person is just this, and this person is just this. And it's easier. It kind of feels good to be able to go, all right, I figured that out. Let's move on. Right. But it's not that simple.
No. We're very complex.
Very complex human beings. They're complex. So we have talked about a bunch of stuff. We, Wendy, this is for you. It's a big, long episode. Did you have time to prepare a dad joke? Do you have one?
Yes. And I love that you guys end this way, by the way. Amazing. I hope you haven't heard this one already. If you have, let me know. I'll give you another one. Okay.
You'll never know.
Okay. So I tried teaching my 4-year-old that it's perfectly normal to poop your pants, and he's still making fun of me.
Oh man! Oh jeez! I wish
I have not heard that.
Oh, good.
I wish that wasn't my truth. So
it
funny.
It happens.
Oh my gosh!
Listen, you never trust a fart after 40. Never trust a fart after 40.
Oh my gosh! Too funny.
Oh my God, Jason, this has been great. I needed this, honestly.
100%.
Thank you so much.
Well, and something just so you know. I came in here very tired today.
Yeah.
These are the conversations. Yeah. I leave so high after this.
Yeah.
Right? Talking to every dad we've had on, it is just it's refreshing. It's just like, yes, I recognize your challenges.
Yeah.
I've gone through some of those things. Oh, wow, it's a different way of looking at it. It really is so much fun to come out of here and then go share. My son is at the house now because of the family reunion. And so it's just like chatting with those guys too of just, this is what we're experiencing. And they listen. And it's just super cool.
And this is a special occasion, but this is something that we as men and as dads can do anytime.
Yeah.
It doesn't take a microphone, and you know what? It can be awkward at first, but just like with these episodes, it's the more you do it, the easier it is to do. So, I just want to end by saying that, and we might mention this in the intro too, but we just opened the Pappy line. Mm-hmm. Which is a phone number that people can call and leave questions and comments. If you want to be on the podcast, if you have something you want to say to Jason, call. I'll leave the number on the description. You can also email us. Check us out all over the place. And no matter where you live, if you want to share your story, it's super important that dads out there hear these, because the more times we share and have these conversations, the easier it gets for everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Awesome.
Good stuff.
Thanks
Jason,
for having me.
thank you so much.
Love the show.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Cheers.
you guys.
Thank you.
This is fun.
Thank you, man.
You only get one spin around this rock. You only have so many days until it stops. And how you show up for your kids, well, that's your superpower. You might not know it now, but this is your Pappy Hour. Pappy Hour, let's talk it out. Talk it out. What's it like? What's life all about? Oh, Pappy Hour, say your piece. Laugh at yourself, slap your knee. Pull up a chair, it's time for Pappy.